Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so the second edition of Raw on Netflix, Trevor, needless to say, way better than the
Way
first
better.
edition. Way
Way
better.
better. We had actual matches.
We had actual matches. We had a title match, a major title match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Trevor, Lyra Valkyria took away the victory.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Overall, though, I mean, they obviously got back to business with this episode. I really hope there's no more episodes of whatever that absolute dog poop was that we saw on January 6th, but
that that was way too much fanfare, way too much. It's way too much everything because, like we said before, it's a lot of mixture of everything. This actually did a good job of introducing the world to a wrestler they may not have seen, which is what we suggested in the first place. They introduced the world to Penta. Some people may not may not know who Penta is. They may not be familiar with AEW. I think they did a good job of showcasing Penta, and also reminding us that Chad Gable can wrestle.
He's ready, willing, and Gable at any time, any place. we'll talk about the Penta thing later, but overall though, fans seem to be really hot about the show. The big story coming out though actually had to do with time. Apparently, Penta and Gable went long. Of course, Penta did the impassioned promo afterwards, which was fantastic. One of the big reports, according to PW Insider, was that apparently the show went long, and somehow at 2.5 hours, it only ended at 10:30. So they only went 2.5 hours with it compared to the regular 3-hour runtime of the show. And it's weird because, that being said, like, the Intercontinental Championship match only had 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
Another women's match weird. Getting cut for time.
It was weird, and I thought it was a shame too because those ladies performed. That was a good match, but it had potential to be a great match. But I honestly, like, you could see like them trying to put it together in their head to try to hurry it up a little bit. But I think that's what was detrimental to that match because it was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a shame that they speeded it up and cut it for time because it really was. Both women were very, very good last night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy though. Like the whole 30 minutes early. I mean, it really does show you that hey man, Raw could end at any time, and maybe that was part of the point. But it's not like they have a hard and fast rule like they need to stop at 10:30. Like they don't. They can. If they were like, hey Netflix, we're doing a 4-hour show tonight. Netflix would probably be like, I mean, okay, if you want, sure, why not?
But
we can do it.
The original shows were.
We can do it. You know.
I mean, but I mean, it's 8 to 10, 8 to 11, right? Because it's a 3-hour show.
I mean, ish. We don't know. Like,
right.
Said, oh well. First of all, we're a global brand. All right, I want to make that clear. WWE is experiencing growth that we have never seen, and it's because we have people like Penta adding to the flavor of our global brand. WWEshop.com. But he sat there and he said Raw could be 2 hours, 3 hours. We don't know.
Because I mean, I remember growing up watching Raw. It was kind of like clockwork. Like that Raw was going to cut off at 11:05. It was cutting off at 11:05 every time we watch it. It may go over depending on the segment, might 11:10, 11:15, but it didn't go past that. But now, you're cutting it early. Come on, really?
Cutting it early, baby. That's what we do in the Triple H era.
Which, again, I'm not complaining about because I'm glad that it's not full 3 hours. But you have your problems with matches being cut. People not getting their chance to shine when they deserve to. So yeah, I mean that's the biggest issue about it.
Yeah, I mean the bigger issue also is like, Triple H's booking. But we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
We're
No,
not gonna do that.
but again,
That's
look,
messy.
we're comparing this to like one of the worst episodes of wrestling television I've ever watched. So, and I want to
Yeah,
be clear that I'm talking about live television I've been live for, because I'll say it right now, that episode of Raw still leagues above what WCW was doing under Vince Russo in 2000.
what
Wow.
the last week's?
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
Netflix debut. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Like,
and that's saying
people
a
need
lot.
to stop, man. Like, whenever people are like, this is the worst thing that's ever been produced. I'm like, watch WCW in
Exactly.
2000. Watch
Exactly.
WCW, Trevor, in 1995.
Yep. Yep.
This is not good television. It was
No,
so
it
bad.
really was not.
It was somehow too bad to be boring. That is an achievement.